That was close. I have averted a crash landing. Running diagnostics. Alert! Danger! Louis is missing. He must have somehow fallen out of his cockpit. He is not responding via his communicator. He is either flouting protocol or in danger. Olimar, you must find Louis before he freezes to death in the cold of this planet. Wait a moment. Look! Could these be Pikmin? They look like they are about to be devoured as we speak. You must help them. Point at the screen and press B to call them back with your whistle. You can also hold B to make the sound of your whistle carry farther. Remember? The Pikmin ran to your side. They seem to remember you, Captain Olimar. How fascinating. Give them instructions and do not delay. Hold A to grab a Pikmin and then point at the screen and release to throw it. Attention, Captain Olimar. I have just re-established my communications link with Louis. It is fortunate we have managed to confirm his safety. Press the minus button to communicate with him. I am quite interested in the details of his condition. Louis, allow me to assess your condition, as per our safety protocols. Are you at all injured? Is that so? Then my concerns are eased. Our communication link shows you are nearby. Can you make your way to our location and rejoin us? I will navigate for you. Press plus to contact me and obtain information about the terrain. I think we've waited long enough on this. Alrighty then. Hey, this is Wentus yet again. I'm going to be starting my Let's Play of Pikmin 2. Been waiting a while to do this one. And, oh my god, I'm doing this on the new play control, and this is incredibly awkward because my TV is so close to me and pointing. I'm literally just having to, like, keep my Wii remote at my chest, and I can still barely do this. I'm gonna need to figure out something a bit better. Oh god. This is gonna be awkward. Regardless, here we have Louis. And let me just comment on what just happened. It's seriously depressing. This game starts off with losing the Dolphin, the ship that we spent the entire last game rebuilding. Funny how Louis just kind of spins as I point this. Either way, let's get moving, shall we? We have to get Louis to rejoin Olimar. I have no idea what the controls are. I'm just now learning the tutorial. Louis, that odd object before you appears to be one of the onions mentioned in Olimar's report. The seed the onion ejected just sprouted. According to Olimar's report, it can be plucked with A. So let's approach it and I said let's approach it and press A. Louis, this must be one of the Pikmin creatures from Olimar's report. It is staring at you. You can press down on the... I have no idea what that's called, to issue objectives to your Pikmin squad and direct their movement. You can disband your squad with C. Interesting. Olimar's description of the creatures resembling Pick carrots was strikingly accurate. Louis, my sensors have detected drool in the corner of your mouth. Are you alright? Don't look at me like that. Sorry, I never get tired of that little scene of the Pikmin chasing around Louie. Alright, now for the fun part. Those of you that play the first Pikmin game or watched my first Let's Play of it know what we must do. We have to increase our Pikmin population. And no better way to do that than get pellets and... attempting to control Wii Remote. Wow, that was way off. Okay. There. No! Maybe like this? Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing, people. I've done the point controls with Pikmin 3, but they feel very different here. This is my first time using the new play control Pikmin 2. The only reason why I actually had to buy this... Oh, let's see what we have here. The onion ejected more seeds. The pellets from that flower must hold nutrients that breed Pikmin. Yes, the Pikmin gather nutrients, haul them to the onion, and further propagate the species. The onion is a Pikmin mothership. Reviewing Olimar's report, it seems repeatedly tapping A allows one to rapidly pluck Pikmin sprouts. And thank God for that, because I'd hate to walk around each individual one and pluck it. So let's go ahead and get these ones plucked as well. So now we have 3 Pikmin. I am beginning to regret my decision to get the new play control for this. Okay. Well, that's the first time I've actually gotten that correct. Whoa, that went way off from where I intended. Just let them finish gathering. Oh, no, don't. Come on. Let me throw you. And you, what? How did you even end up over there? There. I think. Yes. There, now you got that. And perfect. Okay, so further explaining why it is that I'm actually doing this with new play control. And like, I always say that I prefer the GameCube controls. I never actually bought the new play controls until now. Funny thing about this. Oh, shoot. Basically, my good capture card can't capture basic composite cables, but it can capture HDMI and component cables. So I had to get basically the version of this for the Wii. I could have played the GameCube game on my Wii in order to capture with component cables, but unfortunately, my Wii actually recently stopped working. So I had to do this on my Wii U, so I had to get the Wii version of this, which took a little while to track down, but I have a copy now, and oh god, this is so incredibly awkward. I'm going to have to find a new setup for the sensor bar. Still, we have something over here. Product placement! Perhaps this object is one of the treasures that we are searching for. The only reason we found it here is because this is where you crash landed. How fortunate. I would like to appraise it, but you must regroup with Olimar first. Can you see him? Press Z to move the camera behind you. You can also press left or right on the control pad to zoom up and down. Up on control pad to change angles. That was very awkwardly worded. So, let's see. Okay, centering it behind me. Oh, right. Zoom out. So we can see Olimar is way over there, but we can't quite get to him. Okay, that should do it. Okay, I will get used to this, I promise. But there's a bag between us. Let's try switching to him. And these Pikmin can't get past that bag to bring that Bulborb, or Dwarf Bulborb? Yes, that's what they're called. Back to the onion. So, you may notice... I thought I could have sworn... Huh, must not be in the Wii version. There's usually a little mark on top of this that says 10 somewhere, I think. But, oh, 15 rather. Maybe I'm thinking of the first Pikmin game, but we have 5 there, and we have 11 Pikmin with Louie, if I can just aim. And put Pikmin on top of this and crush that bag down. And with that, we have regrouped. Captain Olimar, Louie, you are reunited at last. This has been a troublesome start to our trip. But now you must feel assured that your combined wits can get through anything, correct? From now on, use B to form a single group and C to take solo action and -2 to change leaders. So C to take solo action, I don't recall that being in control. So wait. Oh, C just dismisses Pikmin, okay. Let's go ahead and get this Dwarf Bowl board back to the ship and see if we can't find, if I remember correctly, like over here maybe? Could have sworn there were more pellet posies around here. Looks like there aren't. Maybe up there? Nope. It looks like that one's going to be our only one, and oh my god, they're going slow because they are leaf Pikmin, and there's only 3 of them on it. Let's go ahead and get them up to the maximum 6. So, Pikmin, everybody. I am getting back to this series. I did Pikmin as... was it my second or third, technically? Well, I'm going to call it my second Let's Play, because technically, I think Majora's Mask was my second one, and I had to cancel that for reasons, you know. Oh my god, this is spazzing out so much. Oh boy. I promise by next episode I'll have a more efficient setup. So, oh jeez. Oh god. This is going to be odd. I wish I could do this with the GameCube controller, which is what is most natural to me. And you see, the problem is not so much that I'm having to point at the screen. The problem is that I have to be so close. It's designed to be done from fairly far away. And I have to be really close because of how my recording setup is. And I could go from far away, but I'll show you what happens when I do that. If I am back here, I can do it comfortably. Can you hear me? Well, you can, I'm sure, but it sounds like terrible quality. And just the way my desk is set up, I can't really do things that way. So I have to be super close in like this, which is incredibly awkward feeling. Oh, by the way, you may note that when there's 2 of us playing, or rather 2 in the group, we pick Pikmin twice as fast. So let's go ahead and get to this treasure now. We have 20 Pikmin. Let's see how many it takes. Oh, you may hear that noise they're making. They are actually digging. So this one is slightly buried in the snow. That's a new mechanic in this game, I think it is at least, of digging up items that we find underground. I'd rather be playing as Olimar, by the way. I like him a bit more than Louie. Although I do really like Louie. Blue is my favorite color. Oh, it takes exactly 20. So let's have them get going back. It's going to take a while, but luckily, as you can see, there's no timer at the top. There is no limit to this day. Let's get going. We can kind of see past there, I think, if we zoom out. There appears to be a giant manhole cover, but it's all we can see beyond this bag. And if I remember correctly, this one requires 25. We don't even have access to 25 Pikmin on this day. So yeah, the most we can get is 20. So all we can really do is wait. And wait. I just heard Louie say Olimar. I forgot that these guys actually kind of talk in this game. It's been a while since I've played Pikmin 2, but I know this game pretty well. It's just little details like that that I always forget. Still, this area, if I remember correctly, I'll leave talking about that till later. There's little areas up here as well. Also, we can slide down this. We can't actually go up it because there's a bit of a gap, but we can go down it. Also, one thing I want to point out, our ship in this, a lot of people don't like the ship in this game. One, it has clearly been used quite a bit, it is beat up, and it's not the Dolphin. I personally always like this ship. And yes, I like it more than the Dolphin. Courage Reactor. So this is worth 280 Pokos. It's a Duracell battery. Yep, not even trying to hide it. It is blatantly a Duracell battery. Fun fact, it's only like this for the American release. I'm not sure about the European release, but I do know for a fact that in the Japanese release it has a more common Japanese brand. That's one thing that's interesting. There are key differences between this and the different versions of it for different countries. Still, we have our first treasure. Our first day of exploration has yielded our first treasure. We will be done in record time. I took the liberty of naming it when I appraised it. The name reflects my current thinking, quote-unquote. Leave it to me to think up catchy names for the hit products. It is but one of my many talents. We shall end our first day here and report back to our president. His face will surely be joyous. However, to communicate with Hokatet, we must fly into low orbit above the planet. We will not return to the surface until morning, so as to avoid the indigenous nocturnal creatures. And we all remember those guys from the first Pikmin game. Oh, you may notice we don't have our Pikmin with us. I assume they just put them back in the onion. But yes, night is very dangerous on this planet. You know, if they ever make another Pikmin game, I want there to be a point when you actually have to stay over at night. That would be interesting. Either way, though, there's just one dwarf Bulborb there, but that's not such a big deal. Let's just head into orbit and see this day done. And of course, just like last game had Olimar's report, we have a slightly different report in this game. We see how many funds we've earned. Out of 10,000 Pokos needed, we have 280 so far, which isn't much, but it's better than nothing. I like how there's little constellations in the background that show Pikmin, and it also shows our Pikmin population. As you can see, we went from 0... At the top we have red Pikmin, we went from 0 to 20, and at the bottom we have total 0 to 20 yet again. And if you see that little ghost at the bottom screen, if we press Z, we can see how many we've lost to different types of dangers. There's a lot of dangers in this game, and I love it! So, let's see the equivalent of the actual diary entry now. You found our first bit of treasure. Fine work. Our future depends on your efforts, so check your treasure hoard regularly. I'll check in often. Keep up the pace. And we will save. Game has been saved. And we're on to the menu. Now, as you can see, this is a big map just like last time, and I love this music. Let me just let you get briefly acquainted with this music. It's very simple, but I very much like it. As you may notice, we also have treasures and Picklopedia. The Picklopedia is one of my favorite things, but not my very favorite thing. But I'm just going to show these off real quick. As you can see in treasures, we currently just have the Courage Reactor. And we can press A to zoom in on it, or press plus for Olimar's journal.
We've recovered our first bit of treasure. Amazingly, the Pikmin remembered how to salvage it. I can't understand their adorable language, and I don't know what they're thinking. Yet, I'm so happy to see them. When I crashed on this planet, the Pikmin helped me locate my missing ship parts. In my darkest hour, the Pikmin were there for me. Now I'm reunited with them. I know everything will be alright. It will, right?
Yes, the Olimar and the Pikmin have been through quite a lot together. Now let's go to the Picklopedia. We have Dwarf Red Bulborbs and Pellet Posies, which as you can see just slowly grow up and then mature into actual posies. And you can see we have treasure value, it's none. Pikmin lost, it's impossible. Creatures defeated 5, so we've collected 5 Pellet Posies. Treasure value 2, Pikmin lost 0, and creatures defeated 1. And one thing I might note, if I press A, you throw Pikmin carrots at them. And they will actually eat those. You can see how they react to Pikmin, essentially. It's an interesting little thing. And we also have Olimar's notes.
Dwarf Red Bulborb, Pansaris Pseudosuli Russus, the breadbug family. That's right, this is a breadbug. As you may remember, breadbugs are the enemies we fought in our previous adventure that would drag away our treasure. So, these are actually the same family as them. Although initially identified as a juvenile red bulborb, groundbreaking new research indicates that this creature is in fact a member of the breadbug family. A close relative of the vanilla breadbug, the one we fought in our previous adventure. It escapes predation through mimicry. Unique adaptation of the red bulborb's crimson coloration allows this species to safely commingle. Such effective adaptation and obfuscation by a prey species is rare, indicating this clever creature is a master of mimicry.
So yes, it's very interesting. This actually will give us information on every enemy we defeat, and of course, every treasure we get. I will be going over all of these entries once we have 100% completed this game. I will be doing them all in like a bunch of videos. If any of you are interested in watching, it's really worth watching, and I might be noting a few key ones that I really like in the actual series. But that's going to be it for that. For now, though, let's go back to area selection. That's going to be it for this episode. Yes, these episodes are going to be a lot shorter than Persona 3 FPS, and I'm actually doing this series alongside Persona instead of after, because I kind of need a break from making a 40-minute episode every day. And I know there have been issues with like not uploading it literally every day, but that's what's ideal for me. So yeah, having a smaller series that requires like a quarter of the time to edit and upload and all that, and I am going to try to upload this one 3 days a week and Persona 4 days a week. It'll be a nice break for me. That'll help me keep things topped off, if that makes sense. Regardless, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and again, if you guys want to help me out in any way whatsoever, any likes, favorites, or especially comments and subscribing really go a long way to help me. Either way, this has been Wentis. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys next time when we continue this game of Pikmin 2. See you then!